Good morning, you guys. I wanted to make a quick video. Actually, it's probably going to be a little bit long, but I wanted to explain to you what my expectations are for you for this assignment. So you will notice you do not have a Wise Up Wednesday question this week. Instead, I have this extended response for you. You don't have anything to read. You this week are responsible for writing this paper. You'll see here, it's called Seabiscuit Extended Response. Now, this is not something that you want to put off until next Wednesday. If you have not read all of the pieces, the Seabiscuit story that you had to read last week, that's due today. And then also all of this stuff here, the Four Legs Good Between Us, the timeline, and then the Races on the Radio transcript, all of that was in the packet we went over in class. I did attach just photos I took on my phone of the text for the ones that were in the packet in case you don't have them with you if you left it at school or something. I did attach pictures there for you, okay? But I want to go over what you're going to do. So first of all, notice the emojis. Emojis always mean important information. So the first thing says watch the video. Hopefully you're doing that. Obviously you're doing that if you can hear me. Slides are attached with instructions. I'm going to go over those slides here in a second. I uploaded pictures and the sirens, super important. I will not accept this assignment late. Honestly, guys, I'm over the late work. I'm not taking it late. This is the last little tiny stretch of hybrid learning for the quarter, and you know what to do at this point. You know, Wednesday you get assignments, the next Wednesday they are due. I do want to point out that this assignment is due. Whoops, of course I have the wrong due date on there. Let me fix that. This assignment is due next Wednesday, October 14th at noon. Okay, so do not wake up on Wednesday and think you will get this finished. It won't happen. It is due at noon. So since you are home either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you need to be working on this while you're at home. Do a little bit a day or just sit down for an hour or two and just knock the whole thing out. But it's not something you'll be able to turn in late. I will not accept it. It is right here with emojis. I will tell your parents also, hey, they knew it was due. You have an entire week to write one paragraph. Okay, so no excuses. Just to go over the assignment, this is what it looks like. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so your prompt says, in a paragraph, state and support your claim about one of the following topics. So you have two choices. You can focus your entire paragraph on how popular Seabiscuit was. So we read The Four Legs Get Between Us, and we learned two reasons why he was popular. And obviously in the other texts, you should be seeing his popularity also. The other option you can write about is horse racing as a spectator sport. And what that means is as a sport that people watch, like the way we watch basketball or the way we watch football. What are your thoughts on horse racing as a sport that people would go to watch? Why did people want to watch it? How did people react to Seabiscuit? There is a lot of good stuff in all of these pieces about how popular he was and about why people wanted to watch. So you need to focus your claim on one of these two topics. Okay, so this gives you kind of a nice little layout here as to how you should come up with your writing prompt. Okay, so it says first gather the information from all four topics or all four selections on Seabiscuit. So the four selections on Seabiscuit are the little excerpt from Seabiscuit, an American Legend that you read at home, and then the three things that were in the packet, which are the Four Legs Get Between Us, the timeline, and the Races on the Radio. Okay, so we read the Four Legs Get Between Us in class together. You should be paying attention to what do these four things have in common when it comes to how popular Seabiscuit was, or what do these four things, these four pieces have in common when it comes to people wanting to watch horse racing. So once you've read the four pieces, then number 2 says, consider the central ideas and information you've collected. Ask yourself, what conclusion can you draw from them? So after reading all four things, what do they kind of have in common? Centered around either the popularity or why people wanted to watch horse racing. Okay, number 3 is where you take these things and you come up with your claim. Your claim is also going to be your topic sentence. So we have worked on claim for the whole entire quarter now. What is it that you are trying to prove in this paragraph? And it needs to, again, be centered around Seabiscuit's popularity or horse racing as a spectator sport. So your claim could be Seabiscuit was popular because of X, Y, and Z, or people loved watching horse racing because of X, Y, and Z. So whatever claim you want to choose, it needs to be centered around one of those two topics. And then lastly, let's try that again. And then the last thing there, the last step says support these conclusions with ideas and information from the text. And then see next slide. So right here is just a little layout. If you want to make your own graphic organizer or lay out your paragraph, make an outline before you write it, that might be smart. But obviously the first sentence is going to be your claim. And then you will be pulling evidence from all four texts. That's something you have not done yet, so that can look a little overwhelming. Notice the difference here, okay? This is a huge difference compared to what we've done in the past. Two of the texts, so say you choose Seabiscuit, an American Legend, and Races on the Radio, you have to have actual textual evidence, which means a quote directly from the text. Okay, so I want an exact quote from any two of the texts, and then you're going to back up that quote with your own reasoning, just like always. Okay, the other two texts you can paraphrase. And what I mean by that is you don't have to use an exact quote. You can say what happened in that section. You don't have to use an exact quote. So you could say, for example, and Four Legs Good Between Us, we learned that Seabiscuit was popular because of his ad man, Howard, right? So I didn't use a direct quote, but I've instead paraphrased what I learned. But even if you use a paraphrase, you still need to then back that up with your own reasoning to support your claim, okay? And then that will all come to a conclusion. So to summarize this slide, two pieces of textual evidence, one from two different, okay, hold on, that was confusing. From two of your texts, you have to use actual textual evidence. From the other two texts, you can paraphrase, okay? And then this last slide is just some tips for you. I'm not gonna read through all of them. A couple of things I do want to make sure I point out is that number one, do not start with I think or my claim is. We are past that, you just make your claim. Okay, also make sure all of your evidence supports the claim. Everything you write comes back to the claim. Everything that you say in your own reasoning supports your claim. I give you some grammar tips there. And then the last one is conclusions and transitions are hard. Okay, try to avoid the in conclusion or those kind of statements and just do your best. I know it's hard and you haven't written very much this thoroughly, but do your best. If you have any questions, obviously email me. I will see you in class while you're writing this. We will not work on this in class at all. This is what you are doing at home. So make sure that you get it done. And again, my siren emojis told you I will not take it late. So there you go. This was a long video. Sorry. Good luck. Goodbye.